It's 222. Turp.
All right, Bernadette. Serious question.
Yeah.
Do you freestyle?
It rains when it pours. No.
Right on time, right on time. Hey, you tried though.
I got one bar for y'all.
One bar. I like it though. Cause it's a two-turn podcast, and y'all already know it's your boy Donovan, aka Mr. You Knew What It Was when you signed up. All right, so I'm partially doing this solo, but I'm really not. We got somebody behind the scenes. I think I might have came up with an AKA for him.
Oh, that's dangerous already.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call him Tyler, aka Socialist. Not confuse Socialist, but Socialist T.
That's the first thing I saw when I saw it on Insta.
Bomb forever. What you think?
I'm into it.
I mean, yeah.
I'll have to start wearing more red, but
It's a good starter, aka like as you add to your repertoire, like, you know, that's gonna come up and then, you know, yeah, it's gonna add. It's just gonna grow.
it's probably the least offensive I've been called before, so.
They're gonna be like, "You're a socialist," and you're gonna be like, "No, I'm socialist." see.
Still straight capitalist, but
Hell yeah.
Making this money.
You already know. But all right, enough of that. Now we got to go ahead and introduce somebody very, very highly coveted to the show. Matter of fact, this is kind of an exclusive. This is the first time we did some shit like this. We did a story last week, and now we got the person on the show today, Miss Bernadette.
Thank you.
Hey,
I don't know what to say. Thank you. It's really incredible. I've listened to you guys for a few months now, and you know, it's been a great access to like what's going on and what people are thinking here in the city about this plant. I'm so excited to be with you, Donovan.
no, thank you. I appreciate it. This is dope, yo.
Yeah,
For
this
real.
is crazy.
Yeah,
We were talking before this. And
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going so well. So
You already know. This is going to be a dope-ass episode.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me get comfortable for real, though. Because, like, we just been kicking it for real. So let me get back in the stance like shit.
okay,
Let's kick it.
yeah,
All right. So I want to get this started with clearly you've been very controversial lately, but we want to get to know the woman behind the controversy.
Well, I try to do what I can for the people around me, and sometimes I get upset, but in general, I really try to help everyone around me and try to do the right things. And I'm looking forward to positivity in the future and being vulnerable and open enough to, you know, figure out who I'm doing business with before I do it.
Yeah, facts.
And that's been an interesting lesson to learn. It's been interesting the way I've learned it. But I'm so ready for the future. I'm so ready for everything I'm building, and I'm so ready to be here and to talk about my story and this amazing city that I came to almost like on an intuition or like a feeling or like a answer to prayer. But I was going to St. Louis University for a couple months, studying cannabis business and operations.
Ooh, before we get started, though, hold on. Before we get started,
Yeah.
let's talk about your earliest cannabis origins. Let's start about when you first started smoking.
Yeah. So, first identifiable strain, Super Lemon Haze in Louisiana with my friends.
Okay.
In the bedroom, somebody pulls it out and it's just loud, bright lemon.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Okay. What part?
So I grew up in Slidell, Louisiana. I was born in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
8 years in D.C. Helped my uncle move from Bastrop, Texas to Vermont most recently. And then after that, came here to St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. So give us a little bit more story about that first smoking experience.
Sure. It was pretty chill, and then we smoked, and it was definitely some lemon pack. Like, it hit bright, it hit light, it hit real hard, and then mom starts texting.
Oh shit.
and you're at that friend's house.
Oh,
That friend she done told you not to be with.
oh shit! I told you to not hang out with Connor.
Okay, and then a couple of years go by, and my stepdad gets me a job at the Travel Centers of America. Not sponsored. And he was like, I don't know, in charge of like all of them in the South or whatever. And so he got me a job as a porter, picking up like jugs of piss and like dead animals off the like lot. So not his favorite kid.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he was a huge dickhead. Anyway,
Whoa! Hold up.
no, this
You
relates.
had to pick up dead animals and all that shit.
Yeah, this relates to cannabis. I promise.
No, it's not even that. It's just like fuck.
It was my.
I would need to
first
smoke
job.
after that. Yeah,
I did
that does make.
I did it for minimum wage
swear.
in high school.
Fuck.
Okay, and it was really bad, and it was like, why am I doing this? Like, it's just like, it sucks when a relative gives you a job.
Yeah.
Because you don't work for it and you don't value it. And
Yeah.
You're just there.
Yeah.
And you just do it. Even if you don't want to, you just do it just because, like, I guess I got it and I'm, like, in high school or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I made nothing, and it was all bad until I was taking a piss in the bathroom, and there was a ceiling tile slightly ajar in the truck stop bathroom. And I pull that tile back, and there's a giant bag of about 1.5 ounces
Damn.
with a little ironwood pipe, and I fill a little pipe full, and I smoke it in the back, and I get on that little go-kart, and I just start driving around the lot, and just cruising, and just going off-road, just doing my own thing, letting the road take me wherever this battery is going to go.
That's hella lit.
And that was all fun until the guy who fixes the gas pumps found my stash, and he'd been on the oil derricks for like 5 years. The man was melted, had like 3 teeth, and he was like, "I'm not gonna tell your daddy, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this here weed, and we're not gonna have that kind of problem around here again." And then they transferred me into the truck stop diner with the ladies who spent most of the time at the motel next door.
That's fucked up. You probably got even better weed from them.
No.
Oh damn.
No. It was Louisiana in the early 2000s. There was no cannabis. I was surprised when they legalized as fast as they did, but
The dude probably took your shit and smoked it himself.
absolutely. 100%. I mean, the man definitely needed it. God knows. The swelling from being in the heat of like that oil derrick, just like straight metal, and then the reflection of the water, you're just getting baked from both sides. You're just in like an oven.
Yeah.
You work in an oven. I couldn't imagine what they pay to get people to work in that kind of conditions. I wouldn't sign up. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it.
They get some pretty good money.
It's
For
crazy.
the oil rigs.
Yeah, it's crazy money.
They be getting pretty good money. I wouldn't do it, but
No, I'm too pretty. Yeah, so, and then I moved back to Wichita like my senior year after that guy cheated on my mom. He was a dick. He like worked out. He's like one of those guys that works out midlife and then like tries out his new body and like ruins his life.
shit, that's what I meant to do. I meant to hit the shots.
So we go back to Wichita, and we were smoking some weed, and it was just like regular brick stuff. And we found they sent us this gram of Blue Dream. It was this perfect little blue Christmas tree, and I've been in love with that strain ever since, and I've never found like true blue cut like a Christmas tree. We got 1 gram in a brick just on the top. And that was like my first psychedelic experience with cannabis. Yeah.
What was it like?
Like we were tripping. Like it was like kaleidoscopic, and just like the feelings were just like the feelings kind of overtook the body, I guess, and you just get in like the feel state.
Yeah.
I hate the name drop, but no, I mean it's a good name because I like that feel state. I like being in like that super creative mode. You know, I smoke a good blunt, and like I start to see more clear, like colors become more vivid, and I am really colorblind. So like that's nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You said you're colorblind?
I'm deeply colorblind. So I maxed out the ASVAB to go to the Navy, and I didn't get into the submarine program, or the nuke tech program because I was deeply colorblind, and I missed out on this huge bonus. And they wanted me to like go do paperwork on a submarine, and life would have been a lot differently if I would have gotten on that submarine.
So what colors can you see?
Mostly green, just green.
All you see is the money.
It's kind of true. Blue, purples are really hard, and then yellows and oranges and reds all kind of blend together. It's better on some days than others, and the cannabis really helps bring out the vividness of the world. I'm here sitting looking at the expanse of the city and everything that's been built up and everything that could be built up still.
This is our first morning show, as a matter of fact. Shout out to you. Like I said, cheers. Shout out to
I'm
bringing the mimosas.
Bitch, I'm telling you. I get up at 6 a.m. ready to kill.
Hey, I feel you. Yo, I'll be waking up at like, 5, 4 in the morning?
Yeah, people with like shit that they want to do, like creatives, they wake up fucking early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to make the most out of your day. Like
You want those hours.
Yeah. And I feel like that morning time is like the best time because it's like that's when your first thoughts come in. So it's like all that new shit coming in.
Mm-hmm. And as you start to build bigger and wider circles, that's the time you have that other people aren't commodifying. And sometimes they don't even mean to do it. They just say, hey, what's up? Or they want to hang out. And you want to have that social time, obviously. You can't commodify all your time. But when you're a creative and you're trying to utilize and you're trying to make sure you're exposed and you're building at a certain, you want to be somewhere in a year on your podcast.
Yeah.
You want to be somewhere in 5 years in your podcast. You have to think about those, things, whatever you do creatively.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You wake up early and you ask those questions by yourself because everybody's talking to you all day about where they want to take it. But you are the one in the morning
Exactly.
really figuring it out on your own.
Yeah. Sort of, kind of. This dude over here, man, he be really getting to it, for real, for real. Like, we be going back and forth most of the time. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've never seen Tyler tired. That's a fact.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's always doing shit, bro. How do you keep it? How do you stay motivated, bro?
Should we talk about this off air, or should we just say no? Just mostly caffeine and overbooking yourself.
Yeah.
What'd you feel?
Staying busy does help because you don't have time to think about whether or not you should be resting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is
Staying
it
committed.
sustainable, this 80 hours a week? I don't know, but I'm making good money. Here we go.
Yeah, man.
5 years, you'll see me looking like the oil rig guy. Just
Now we'll give you a break at a certain point, bro.
To the oil rig guy,
Oh, shit. So the oil rig guy. What we do without him?
never sell more hours than you have.
This is going to be the most clankingest episode we ever had. Wait, what'd you say? The ASMR?
Yes.
Yeah, if y'all not comfortable with that, this might be a inside joke.
Could be a little soft horny, not too horny. But, I mean, you put the weed podcast on full volume at work, not me.
They knew what it was when they sang "Duh." Hell yeah! All right, so let's get started into a little bit how you really started getting into cannabis with getting into St. Louis and coming in with the SLU program.
Yeah, so I lost my dad in 2020, November 2020. And no, thank you. When you lose a parent, you go through some real deep shit. You really start to think like, oh, this is real short term. Like I got 40,000 days or something. I don't know how many days, but you start to prioritize things differently. And I didn't know where to go or what to do because things in DC were good, but I couldn't make it. Like the expenses were crazy. I was making $60,000 a year living in my car.
Damn.
Living in my car. And I couldn't find a place to live. I couldn't figure out what I had to like put in for rent because the rent was so high, and you're trying to come up with first, last, and deposit. Yeah, you're making $60,000 a year. You don't have. Yeah, so things didn't work out there. My dad died. My uncle needs help moving from Bastrop, Texas, outside Austin to get to Vermont. So we pack up his 13 pinball machines, and we take 2 trucks. We take 4 trucks during COVID, and we fly back. And me and his partner fly back to pick him up and do all that stuff. And I'm figuring out my life, and things were good in Vermont for about a year, and then I was doing the cannabis program at St. Louis University. I found it on a Facebook ad.
Yeah.
And I was always passionate about cannabis. I've taken the Cicerone craft beer sommelier program 2 or 3 times. It has less success rate than the New York City bar for attorneys. So it's a really hard program, but I'm deeply trained in like fixating on smells and like trying to like evaluate beverages that have like multiple ingredients. So
have you ever had COVID?
No.
Knock on wood. I promise. Yeah. I hope that you never get that, yo.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I work hard not to. So I was interested in cannabis in like a in sort of a Cicerone sommelier sort of. I wanted to pick apart the flavors, and I saw this thing branching out and all these flavors, a couple of years ago, and I was like, this is going to be something esoteric that people are going to pay $70, $80 for the right eighth.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to spend that and take that to their buddies. And like, there's an add value to really high-end cannabis, and there's going to need to be a very small group of professionals who evaluate that cannabis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, that's one of the things I feel like with my sense and all that, because I caught COVID. So like, it's coming back, but it's still, honestly, it's still not at 100%.
There's like some tricks I've heard, but yeah. I'm sorry. I feel for you.
Yeah.
Like, it does get better.
Yeah. It's like now I'll take at least a couple hits and I'll still be able to taste it and all that. But then after that, it's like
you either adapt or pivot. You find a way to make your senses work. Like Mozart wrote symphonies. He was deaf, right?
Yeah.
You either find a way to adapt or you create a market. There might be a lot of people when COVID fuck up their taste. They're gonna want weed that still tastes good to them. That's gonna be a market in 3-4 years.
That's true.
Is like people who have had COVID. This is gonna be weed that like tastes good to you still. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Hopefully not. But
so what all did they teach you in the program?
St. Louis University's Cannabis Business and Operations certificate functions as a year kind of overview in the cannabis industry. You get a background on cultivation, how to really map out and plan a cultivation facility, and kind of what their expectations are going to be, through the steps of that. You learn manufacturing. You learn the basics of what cannabis is, pharmacology. I worked with some amazing people in that program, Chris Chesley, Jamila Owens, so many great... Stephanie Cernishek, who's at Mana. So many great instructors. It's a good program if you're trying to learn all the ins and outs of the cannabis industry and you want to have like a nice broad overview and want to spend a year getting a piece of paper. Sometimes those pieces of paper are important, but we have to recognize what they are.
Hey, shout out to you for being real, yo.
No, it's not like it's not a gab. It is what it is. Sometimes you need that piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That that MBA, you might be at that place where you can turn that into like a $4 million company.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you're not.
Yeah, that's true. It's all about what you make it. Honestly,
it's what you can make of it. It's what you already got. Like, I already knew that I had like some sensory awareness of like evaluation. And when I was using cannabis, I was, starting to isolate care and figure out like what I needed to do to keep my depression at bay with a lot of upliftment, but take the anxiety down. So those linalool heavy sativas, perfect.
Yeah.
And you find that level of care, and then you go, okay, wow, I could do that for me. Let me do that for you. Let me do that for you. Let me do that for you. And it doesn't come from like automated responses or some sort of marketing program. It comes from fucking listening, shutting the fuck up, and letting somebody vent their problems on you. That's what a dispensary is supposed to be. They come in, they have a problem. You listen to them. You recommend solution. They accept solution or don't. You gave them an opportunity to learn from somebody who spends every waking day thinking about how to help people with this plan. And that was my add value of the day. I go to bed, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the model. If you're doing something else, I'm worried about you.
Okay. So, you know, I got a great way of putting this. So, with your experience as being in the dispensary industry and how it treated you,
Sure.
how would you say your experience overall, and with being as fair as possible,
Absolutely.
you know, we won't even necessarily name names. We'll just say dispensary.
I'll tell you this way. If you're a product specialist in the cannabis industry in Missouri, in any state, you need to know what your deal is. You need to know what your deal is for you, and then you need to know what your deal is going to be for all the people that you're helping, that you're telling you're helping them, and you're building something at this dispensary, or you look at an NFT project. It's a piece of digital art. The criticisms are real. Like, what is it going to be? If you've got an idea of what you're going to make it, and you have an idea, and you have an opportunity that's going to take 6 months, and you need this funding now, then yes, let's go. I'll fund your project, but let's have a plan. Let's know when it's going to be, you know?
So, with this experience that you've had, would you say this is an overall? What would you say out of your experience? What all did you get out of it? What all would you say, like, what made you start to realize you could do some of the things that you did, and then where do you think it kind of went a little different than where it started to go to, where it eventually went to?
Sure. When I started in the cannabis industry, I was living at SLU still. I didn't have anything. I came to SLU with a bag of clothes and $20, same way I came to DC when I joined Occupy DC in like 2011, 2010. I came with nothing, just ready to make a difference. You're going to sacrifice some of your values in this life. You're going to make considerations for your livelihood, for your family, for your community. You know, this person can fund you $1 million. They want to do a project with you, and it's going to take 6 months to build some content out. And yeah, you're legitimizing your brand, but you have all this leverage now. Like, make the deal. If you can make the deal, and then like let people know why you're making the deal, why you made this decision. If you're willing to do that, make the decision. I don't make any decision that I can't explain to my community. And when I go on Instagram and I do something, people notice, oh, you had that lanyard on, or whatever it is. And they ask me about it, and I tell them. And then when I have the answer for them, they accept it or they don't.
Right.
And that's how communities work now. That's how the internet is changing the way we are collaborating and getting together. You follow me, we're working together. You don't follow me, we don't have a connection. You don't see what I'm doing. Don't get confused by what big companies do, because do you know how small, like, people aren't going to walk into a store in like 5 years. 7-Eleven's done. Direct is taking over. It's people like to sit there and they like to get what they want, and they like to have everything right there. And there's considerations why they do that now. But in general, some people, they work remotely. Like, they'll just, they're fine. Like, they'll work with the people that they want to work with. But like, yeah, people go through hard stuff. They don't want to deal with a lot of people. It's understandable. I see a lot of the momentum and the build and the growth indirect, so I'm really focused on that. The dispensary model they're going to struggle if they don't find some way to get that patient is not going to walk through or the patient or customer is not going to walk through their door in 5 years. It's going to be like, I got to go here and do this, or I got to post an ad here. It's going to be complete. Like, look at the internet.
A lot of it's gonna be like drones and honestly like remote robots, kind of like what they do in the Bay already, like in San Francisco and all that.
Yeah, or they can just your delivery for cannabis is scheduled at this date, and we send in a driver, and he's got 20 stops that day, and it's the same as Amazon.
Yeah,
it's easy for people. They like that. I'm smoking an ounce a week or two. I need a lot of cannabis. Strain is like, I want sativa. I can't really delineate. Like, it's okay. It's what I need right now. I'm doing a lot. I go pick that up.
Yeah.
I don't need a whole lot of, like, if I want to break something down with somebody, I want that care level ready and available to me, and I'll pay for it. But I got to be trying to figure out a problem, or like, when I'm dealing with really high stress, I got to have like that heavy linalool sativa to keep the anxiety low, but get my upliftment higher than I can take it. And it's finding your balance, but people are going to find their balance on their own, and they're going to find ways to handle their own care. They have all this information out there. If you don't know how to do something, or if you're bored, you have the internet. You can figure anything out. There's no reason to be like that. And people are figuring that out. They're figuring out how to do their own things. I'm going to go do a podcast. I'm going to go do my own cannabis business. I'm going to build an app that sends people weed in 2 or 3 days. Like, it's crazy. There's stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah, but even the access of knowing that the internet can do all that, honestly, that is a privilege. There's a lot of people who don't even have access to the internet. So, like, sometimes I feel like, because I take it for granted sometimes, but I feel like, a lot of people don't have necessarily the opportunities that we think that they do. It's not as like as a great of a playing field as we all consider that it really is.
I want to recognize my privilege on that. Like, how can I expand access? I live in the South City. Like, I'll do that. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to get connected to the right things, and I want to help the most people. Yeah. Waka Flocka Flame said on Drink Champs, like, 2 weeks ago, like, he said, you help 1 million people, you're more likely to be a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to worry, and I want to be able to just direct and help and create.
Exactly. Look
at Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. That's not a mean guy. That's not a bad guy. He does a lot of dumb ads. But what does he do with the money once he's got it? He goes to Best Buy or Walmart and he just buys people shit. Yeah. Just because, it's nice. It helps them out. It generates a ton of traffic to him and makes him look like like he's spending the money he needs to, and he's spending it where it can do the most good, because he knows, like, the good, that's a good fucking, like, you're betting. Every time you spend money right now, you're betting. Yeah. And you're betting that is an investment in yourself. You need food. You buy good food, you're going to be healthy. You're going to feel well. You buy shitty food, you're not going to feel well. You're not going to have the energy you need. And it's
investing in yourself. That's kind of like
investing in yourself.
We was talking about that earlier.
We were. And when you work, when you donate, when you really donate your labor to someone else, because I want to make sure that every human being on this planet knows that you are worth more than you're paid every single time, because you have more intelligence and you have more development potential than anyone's ever given you. And I'm sorry. That's so deep.
No, it's real.
It's real, but, like, people are not paid. And then you go to the cannabis industry and you're like, okay, I have this dispensary job and I have to accept 5 years of liability on every single cannabis transaction that I make at that dispensary. My name is on the receipt. Who do you think gets rated? It's dispensaries. It's where the money is. It's not the CEO. It's not the office out in the burbs. It's the spot where the cash and the dope is, where they can make the big bust, and they can put the numbers on the board so that way their bosses know they're spending the money the right way and they're meeting their quotas. They say they don't have quotas, but like, you got to do something with your day. You're a law enforcement officer. You're a DEA agent. You're an FBI person. You know, best of luck to you, I guess. I hope you don't fuck with me. You've taken a job. I didn't endorse that. I won't shoot you. just to make that.
Oh, no. It wasn't like that. No.
Okay.
Just sending shots. It wasn't, no.
I mean,
No.
you can
Not
do
physically. Not physically.
I hope you choose another line of work. It's not gonna be good for you.
Bernadette says she ain't got the burner.
I'd rather not, you know. I'd rather not. I like my peaceful, sensible life. But
It's a peace gun. Pew pew.
know what your deal is.
We'll make a new one. Pew pew for you.
Yeah, squee. Yeah, something. Does Sailor Moon has some Sailor Moon sound?
Oh yeah.
Pipe it in, Tyler.
We got to do that, yo.
Special sounds for the guests. This might be a roadmap opportunity. Yeah. No, they're there to do a job. You need to understand, like, once you know what everybody's doing in the game, you can start to delineate where you want to be in the game. Mm-hmm. I want to be in the game of expanding access and helping people, you know, have an opportunity to get the best use of this plant, and that's clones. You give somebody a clone, it's a baby plant. They could do everything wrong with it if they put it in a 5-liter jar and water it every 2 to 3 days and put it on an 8. Well, I mean, maybe it's more complicated than I think. But in general, you could leave it outside and you can get a harvest a year. Or, you could really take care of it and you can get like a few turns every year. But like, once you have that clone, a lot of the mystery is taken away. I've helped my friends get clones now. And it's like, now all of a sudden they're making these purchases to get grow equipment. Yes, because the mystery's gone. They have the little baby plant. You give them a seed. What am I going to do with that? You know, try and germinate it. Put it in some water. There's so many ways to try and get a seed to pop. And then once it's popped, you kind of have to, like, you know, you're not at the point where it's like growing. So once you're at the point where it's growing, it's like a little clone. You can send it to, you can get it makes it so much easier. It just removes a lot of the process. And
so you have grown before?
I have.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So
I didn't even know that.
My dad, God rest his soul, he was a pastry chef, but he grew on the side. And
oh, that's dope. So what type of grow?
It was in a still illegal state.
No, I mean, like, so, like, was it like soil based or?
It was soil.
Okay.
It was soil. It was back in the day.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, we were doing it in the basement, and we would go from Wichita to Texas. And he was a night baker, so we would get those empty jars, those empty buckets from the bakery. We fill those full of weed.
Yo, who would?
Back of a truck. Couple 5-gallon drums.
I was going to say, that just sounds like the
No
exact
big
episode
deal.
of Better Call Saul I was watching last night.
Damn, yo, that's wild as shit, bro. All the way in Kansas.
My dad was amazing, man. He would make you any type of birthday cake you wanted. We made baked Alaska, Texas, whatever you wanted. You might have to help him, but he'll make you cake.
Who would have thought that Kansas was actually pumping out some legit shit? I ain't gonna lie. I hate Kansas, bro. Shots fired, but you know, I
can't speak to the cannabis quality. It was back in the day. I don't know. Maybe different standards.
I had a scary experience in Kansas.
I don't go back there, and all my family lives there.
Oh, okay. So you feel the same. You get what I'm saying.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, they all live in Wichita, and it's just not, like, for many reasons. I can't. I want to. I want to see my family, but
we got Tyler.
It's tough.
Tyler's rule. No advertisements.
We'll wait for the check from Simply. I want to get sponsored by Mango, because. All right, I'm going to do a quick ad for Mango.
Damn. All right, go ahead. I guess. Yeah.
Mango, are you not getting high enough? Just eat like a fucking mango and see what happens.
Oh.
I feel like I needed to.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That was
I
good,
feel like yeah.
It's gonna. Your high is gonna be more horny. You're gonna be
Hey,
If you eat a mango, your high will be more horny. That's a.
I think we just started the 2-term advertising team. Let's go.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of mangoes grown, so we can. You got to have a big market, right? If you're trying to sell something to Pepsi, it's like one customer you're trying to attract.
Now we got to find the mango strain.
Yeah, you need a 2-terp strain. That's a good point. Like a mango sativa.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's doing a mango sativa.
That way you can go. That's what I'm saying. That way you go with the Simply ad.
Yeah, simply mango Kush. Yeah.
Get half
Hit us
off
up,
on
Miss
your
Simply.
Hit us up with your Simply Mango Orange. Get a free pre-roll free.
See, but you can market to Schnucks too because they sell Simply, and they might have some dollars from, like they get money from these juice companies to market.
See. This is back what we were talking about earlier though. See, we gonna cut out Schnucks.
Okay.
We don't need the middleman. We gonna go straight to Simply, and then we're gonna just.
Damn, I don't have that kind of reach. I think Simply.
We're gonna have that type of reach.
We're gonna have. Okay. All right.
We got an idea. Well, we kind of just sold it. So, hey, if we see this out, here's
if we
what
can
we're
sell
gonna
it
do.
to Schnucks, maybe we can sell it to Simply. No, we're not gonna.
We're going straight to Simply.
We're going straight to Simply.
We are worthy. Okay.
Bring me
Bernadette,
the most simple.
Repeat after
man.
me. Repeat after me. We are worthy.
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 We are absolutely worthy.
Tyler, we're worthy.
Worthy.
That's right. We're gonna talk to Simply.
I'm ready. Yeah, let's take a call. Yeah. I got a virtual office.
Yeah, is that what I'm saying? We'll just meet them in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Ain't no big thing. You know, they got a boardroom up there, don't they?
They should.
Yeah, see.
Where is the juice representation in the metaverse? I need to know.
Yeah, we need to know the Simply boardroom. Where's it at? We'll put our headsets on and we'll be like, all right, direct us straight to the Simply boardroom.
We want to talk to the Simply people now.
Yeah. Demand it.
I'm just waiting for Meta Shark Tank now.
Ah, fuck. Ooh.
There's some things like there's some things like that.
Terp tank.
There's some things like that. I'm in a project called the High Monks, which is a cannabis profile picture NFT project. And they have a cannabis Shark Tank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have like a group of investors that they're like gonna get smaller projects funded on. So there's stuff like that. There's stuff like that out there. Like if you're thinking of it, somebody's doing it. Somebody's trying to put it together. might be at a certain stage of alpha, but somebody's doing it.
So we gotta catch up.
Starting to realize Rule 34 kind of expands out more than
I'm
Talking about the 48 laws of power.
no. That's
yeah.
that's internet logo, but lingo.
Oh, got it.
I forgot what's that. Oh yeah, if it exists, there's a porn of it. Is Rule 34? I forgot what the other rules were.
My favorite has always been the 96 New Yorker, which stated, on the internet, no one knows I'm a dog.
Roof.
Yeah, you know, you could be anybody you want to be. You could be a dog. You could be a monkey. You could be a bud of weed with a face on it.
So, is this for trolling purposes?
No, just like you want to do something and like you just don't want to, be affiliated with a podcast or something. You just want to do your own thing for a minute. I don't know. Maybe the podcast is so big that you don't want to like throw your whole brand behind like a concept or something. You just want to like dabble in it and see what's going on. You can kind of just like throw on a mask real quick and like I'm Zadesky now. I have this alias Zadesky that I use, and like it's not that I don't like I chose my name, so I like my name, but like it's kind of nice to have a moniker and to kind of go out there and just be like, hey, here I am and I'm interested in these ideas, but I'm not like bud tender Bernadette from St. Louis. I'm just like cannabis NFT enthusiast Zadesky. I don't know. I play poker a lot. I play poker in the metaverse.
No, I kind of like this because I feel like this is going towards like honestly, if we're gonna have some deep talk for a minute, we can dive down. I feel like this is like some way too terp territory. But we're gonna go ahead and touch on it for a second. Where you're getting ready to go with this because I feel like this is kind of like follow with me, y'all. I feel like this is also kind of like maybe this is your real true. You'll be able to do your true self with this profile. Kind of like how like I feel like the younger generation, y'all kind of got like y'all the Instagram accounts, but you got your main Instagram account, and then it's like the one that nobody's supposed to know about.
Oh, is that the Finsta or whatever?
Yeah. Like where all the ratchet shit go down at. Like I feel like
Well, it's like your shirt, right?
assholes live forever.
Right. You wanna project a message, and you want people to know that there's people out there that they're gonna fuck with you no matter what, and they're just It says a lot about what you believe, and like there's this idea that you have that you want to project to the world. It's the same with like the high monk. Like I could make like a bud nugget. I could make a nug of bud, like, you know, my profile picture, and people would know I was in the cannabis industry. But if I have like this high monk, well, I'm not going to get blocked by social media because it's not a nug.
Exactly.
It's not weed.
Yeah.
It's like this cannabis and like inspired character. And yeah, it may not be for everybody, but it's like it's good when you're in these virtual spaces to kind of be able to move around and be a little bit more liquid.
Yo, I like how you danced around that. That was hard as fuck. You know how to moonwalk the hell out of some conversations. Yo, that was smooth as shit.
What you mean? I'm not moonwalking out of nothing. I'll talk about it, but like, you know, a lot of people talk about NFTs. A lot of people talk about Web3. I'm out here trying to do it. I'm trying to make like real shit that people can do and like experiences. So I don't want to talk about shit that I haven't really done anything with yet. I've bought a couple NFTs, and I'm like the director of this of the Web3 metaverse and the NFT segment of this digital magazine. But we just put out our first magazine.
I'm not even talking about that part. I was talking about the fake Insta part.
You want to dive into that? Okay. I don't have a fake Insta. I mean, I have a backup, but
See? That's what I'm saying, same thing.
yeah, no, you have to. Well, that's just like, and so that goes back to like, we're never going to be safe on social media as long as cannabis is illegal. It's not for us.
Oh, so you mean just like a backup profile? You don't actually have one where it's like, so you don't have like one where it's like your PC stuff, and then you don't have another one where it's like you just talk your shit.
Nobody's taking my NFTs, so I'm always invested in a community.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm never like, yeah, people can block you on social media.
Right.
They could take down the True Trip podcast Instagram. What value would that represent lost to you? That would be a lot.
You're talking about the NFT, right?
No, your Instagram handle. If they got taken down my Instagram today, if they saw that it was cannabis related and they blocked you forever, that would be huge. That would be a giant loss. You'd have to start over.
I got the podcast.
You got the podcast and you got the media, but you got this social thing that you promote with that you can't use anymore.
Well,
yeah.
I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, it's like, shit, all right, start over. Because it's like, we got the people.
Yeah.
That's why it's like,
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying
it's about the authentic audience. I forget that. Yeah, you gotta really know people that you're connected to.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out here in these streets.
I
Fuck
get
this
too
social
lost in
shit.
these internet,
I don't
these
give a
internet
fuck about
chat
this
rooms.
shit, bro.
No, I hear you. Yeah. No, it is stupid. It's because when you go out there and you meet real people, you're like, oh, there's actual shit going on.
I'm popping in real life. Fuck that social media shit.
I'm trying to bridge the gap. And I'm trying to create like spaces where people can use cannabis and they're like digital spaces where they don't feel like, you know, the moment they post a picture of their grow, they're gonna have to start over again.
I agree.
So with underground, you know, consumers, if they relied solely on Instagram, they'd be screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
They've gotta go to like whatever, Snapchat or Telegram, whatever people like now, because otherwise you could lose your whole client deck.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so, like, I agree with you. There should be a space where people can be able, like, it should be a strictly cannabis social platform where you can go and do all of that. But, like, what I mean by what I'm saying, like, fuck social media and all that, when I say that is, like, don't make that your center point. Don't make it feel like that's your whole value.
Nah, I'll pitch NFTs to you real quick. So, what if you had, like, one badge or whatever that let you purchase from any St. Louis legacy grower? You didn't have to validate. You didn't have to, like, they sent you deals. Like, that would be that. You know, what would you pay for that?
That's kind of, you can't pay for that. That's kind of like, that's equity.
That would be, you would have you would have like value in the space, and people know that you put your money out there yeah,
if you do it right, it's priceless, essentially.
Yeah, but it's got to go back to everybody. So, I don't know, but I see that opportunity where it's like I'm trying to buy from somebody and I got to send them a reference.
Right.
But how good is that reference, right? What if they, but if you keep it all in the same system, you have control over it.
Right.
And you can figure out what you want to do with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I get exactly.
That's the decentralized part. Is now you have control over your own space. You're not beholden to Instagram. You're not beholden to Snapchat. You're not beholden to your the people. You decide your own market and audience, and they decide you. Mm-hmm. They put 150 a year into making sure that they have access to your product. They're going to utilize that. Hopefully.
Yeah. Almost definitely.
Yeah.
You got to believe in it. I think that's the biggest thing is
people don't spend money for nothing.
Exactly.
So if they spend money, they're going to keep spending money.
Exactly. You just got to make the content worth it.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. I think we get caught up in I said the likes and seeing that people actually pay attention to it. A lot of the times people actually pay attention to it, but they won't even like it, or they'll go out of their way to make sure that you don't necessarily get that algorithmic touch. They'll look at your shit, but they'll make sure they don't actually click into it or anything like that. It's weird. So that's why I don't like to look at engagement in certain ways and stuff like that. Cause people are paying attention to you. We talk about these dispensaries and all this shit. They see us. They listen to this shit and we know that.
Right.
Whether they sit up there and like our shit or even follow us.
Yeah.
It always gets back to us. We know what the fuck is going on. And I feel that's just with anything across the board. Even people who Lilo talk about how people come into the shop and there's people that, clearly know the podcast and all that, but they might not even mention it because, they just feel it's weird or something like that. So people are paying attention even when you don't think that they are.
Yeah, they really are. And the engagement part is difficult because, you get them to and then a certain percentage. It's that's the problem with the way social media is set up right now is it's all about trying to get that return on now I got this many likes, which a lot of times people pay for.
Exactly.
A little bit of promotion, right? 25 here, 50 there. You get used to it, and then you get used to the results you get, and then you're kind of bought in.
But are they real results though? Because does it turn into dollars? Does it turn into actual revenue?
Clicks, follows. Are they here? Yeah, all of those things matter, and you want to track them, and you want to have really direct control over them.
Well, I'm also mean when you do okay, say you got a big following, mm-hmm. but say you put out a code or something like that, because we're doing something like that. But say you put out that code and you still don't get a lot of engagement out of it. Does that mean that it was a fail, or does that mean you still got your brand out there in a certain way? And even though you didn't flip that profit this time or you didn't flip that revenue, you still took that risk. You still put something out there, and people are going to start recognizing that, hey, you put something out there, you put your name attached to something if the thing actually goes well, the next time around, people are really going to fuck with it. I mean, it's still not over, and people can still fuck with it. But at the same time, too, you got to look at it from that.
Metrics matter. Scale matters. You want to have a large audience, obviously, but don't be confused by Tom Brady's got a lot of Super Bowl rings. Did he earn all of them? He worked really hard, but obviously there's some questions, and he had a team that was completely built around him.
Facts.
So
Facts.
He didn't win it by himself.
Oh no. That's
and
impossible.
A lot of business decisions and a lot of owner checks went to making sure that he was a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing gets built around you trying to do one thing, but try to focus. If you focus more on how to engage with your audience and how to try and create value to them, mm-hmm. you won't be worried about when you send that deal because it'll be a good deal. You negotiate a deal first, and then you worry about what your cut will be, and then your audience is taken care of, mm-hmm. and most people they're at a small level of scale where they still have side income and they have time to go, you know what? I don't need to make anything off this. I can make maybe a couple bucks, but
mm-hmm.
really, if somebody's coming to me to do a deal, let's negotiate and try and find a way to make it most worth it for the people who are really taking care of me.
Yep.
And that's what excites me the most about Web3 and NFTs is you have an opportunity to really promote and give value to your direct day ones. Mm-hmm. They bought in at 0.066 Ether, $200, and now that's worth worth $1.5 million or $1 million, like, because we built out this thing and it was about this thing and we did this thing. Like, you can do that. You can raise the money and then take that money and use it and go do something else if you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
If you're trying to hit a certain number, you're always beholden to that goal. And I feel like a lot of social media is driven to, hey, spend a little bit more. Hey, go promote it here. Oh, use this hashtag. Oh, I'm gonna like try and watch reels for 5 hours and figure out what's that sound I need to use, or is it 7 seconds today, or is it gonna be 30 seconds that's gonna blow up? Is it a timing thing?
See, I never worry about that, honestly.
Yeah, just create really engaging, beautiful content. Your audience are gonna come to you, and you just keep following your vision. And that's the best way, especially if you have the time and luxury to do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people who are gonna be like, yeah, let me sell this, let me do this. But the people who can really sit back and go, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna talk to who I want, and that's gonna create the content that I feel like is gonna be worthy of scale.
Yeah.
People will engage with that more.
Yep.
Joe Rogan didn't do anything. He sat there and he brought in all his connections, and they talked. And every person who talked grew his audience a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Yep.
You can not like them all you want. That's a fucking successful podcast.
Facts. That's one of the guidelines I look behind too. Him, Joe Budden, like I said, Andrew Schultz. Like, these are all grassroots podcasts. Like, these are the people that I like, independent people. Like, that's kind of like, I've always kind of been that type of person.
They make bets, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, especially like Joe Rogan's fucking scale.
But see, I wanna correct you on one thing.
Yeah.
You say they take risk. Honestly, damn. Everyone takes risks. I'm good.
Taking risks trying to on this podcast.
It's content. Oh shit, you good? What was I getting ready to say?
I'll clean it up, Tyler. I got it. No, please continue.
No, you good. Like, honestly, I just feel like, fuck, what were we saying? I got distracted.
We were talking about audiences and scale and trying to deliver value.
Oh yeah, like, just put out good content. Like, I don't think you can really be worried about, and put out consistency. I think that's the problem. I think people worry about how long this shit is, or like.
Yeah, but are you going to do it every week? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, shit, do it consistently. Like, make sure you actually put out something, and like, when you do something, commit to it. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm perfect with it, because, you know, some days, you know, I don't get it out every Tuesday and whatnot. You know, I got a regular job and I still try to get it done. But, you know, in the meantime, between time, I still try to make it as professional as possible. And
100%.
trust me, like, once we get it to the point where, you know, we can solely do this, like, trust me, we about to, like, blow this shit out the water. So,
but even the ones who really blow it up, like Joe Rogan doesn't, like, there's not like bottles of Ace going off at his you know what I mean? It's still like, you go on there, you hang out, you talk, and like,
I don't know, he got some big money shit. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what we were talking about, the independent guys. Yeah, and I don't know, I've always been independent, but like, yeah, they got some big money shit going on over there now.
But the concept and like the way the podcasts work is still like one person talking to another person.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to always
like a dialogue.
So here's the secret that I learned to like interviewing and journalism and all that. They say the greats like Oprah and all them, they say it's nothing but a conversation. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be a conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so if it doesn't feel like that, so like sometimes, honestly, if I'm gonna be real, I can listen to a podcast for about, I could take it in a minute and know if I'm gonna like it or not, and know if it's legit or not.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, within a minute.
Yeah, I like Bodega Boys.
Yeah,
but like, it's hard sometimes.
See, I liked them when they was just strictly doing their pod. Now that they're doing the whole Showtime shit, damn, shit.
Yeah,
no, I'm sneezing today.
Yeah, that's like you get involved in other things, and then you gotta figure out, am I gonna focus on Showtime or am I gonna focus on podcast?
Yeah, like I feel like
it's tough.
Sort of, kind of. I feel like they should have kept the pod.
I don't get the Showtime show.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
one.
The pod.
I don't have Showtime. And two, like, it's a great podcast. You don't need to, like, I mean, I guess if they're paying you to spend it in another format, I would do it too, but
It's more commercialized.
Yeah, I only like the version on SoundCloud.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, did you ever listen to the Bodega Boys?
No, that might have been before my time.
Yo, check out the Bodega Boys. These are Samiro.
Absolutely. Shout out.
Yeah. That's
Love
part of
those
where I
guys.
got the AKAs, like a lot of the drop inspirations. That's where all that shit came from. A lot of it.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. I love these Samiro. And the shit. Shit. What other podcast you listen to?
I like I like Chapo Trap House.
Who?
Chapo Trap House.
What is that?
It's from Texas. It's just like it's a weird political podcast. I don't know why I listen to it. It's just like
That don't even sound like that. Sound like some. You said wait, Trapo's Trap House,
Chapo.
Chapo's Trap
Like El
House.
Trapo.
And you said that's a political podcast.
Yeah, they're like you've seen it probably.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a little more out of pocket, but
Oh, that's lit.
They just they're real low. Like it's just like the most obscure jokes that only they get, and I don't know why I like it really.
it's pretty much. Are they out of school?
I think
still,
if they heard that, they would find that a very like that would be a big compliment to them. They'd be like, thank you. I'm glad that like
They kind of took the approach like your mom's house, like we were talking about earlier, or my brother and me, where it's kind of they built this entire lore behind the podcast itself.
yeah, like I mean, I guess they made like some really astute like political observations at a particular time. So
Yeah, they get into a lot of shit.
yeah,
My bad. Y'all talk real quick. I got to take care of some shit real quick.
no worries. I guess we were talking about my beginning, and
Damn, we did. We went off on a hell of a long tangent.
we'll go more to the middle part because
See, this is why we be having Lila on the show.
that's why
Cap
people
said that today. Shout out to Cap. He said, Lila has a great way of keeping this shit on bread and like making sure it stays on task.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'll get the suits that need to listen to this out of the way, and I'll talk about the middle part when it was insane.
Hold on. Pew, 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 pew. All right, go.
Yeah. So I mean, I worked for like 11 months, and we were the first cannabis dispensary to file a petition to unionize here in Missouri, and I mean, I threw my whole thing on that brand, right? Like, because I was a good product specialist. I had a lot of patience, and I felt like they really counted on me and for my level of care, and we did that, and it didn't work out. People didn't want to go forward with it, so we pulled the petition. It's as simple as that. And then what happened afterwards was one of the largest brain drains in any industry in Missouri. They fired everyone at the store level at Suede Cannabis who has a medical cannabis background.
Shit.
I'm not going to name names. Don't put that on here.
I got you. We'll leave it up.
It was a lot of people I didn't even work with. It was a lot of people who I wasn't even in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened right after I got fired. So people clean house from time to time. Not particularly worried about it. But I'm proud of the work that I was able to accomplish in the Grove. I helped a lot of people, expanded access, and exposed a lot of people to the world of cannabis who never had it before. And that's a responsibility. Like, after you do that, you have to like show them that like, yeah, we do this thing at this dispensary here, but there's this whole other thing that people have been doing. People have been growing cannabis, people sell cannabis, and they're no less valid than the dispensary model. And you should be aware of it.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want you to think that I'm the only game in town. I think that's disingenuous. Why would you lie to somebody?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they were always cool about that. Like, if we couldn't get somebody something for, a while, RSO was not available in the medical market. We found a way to help that cancer patient. we found a way to get them the help they deserved.
Yeah.
Because that's it. If you're going to help people, you got to give them the help that they deserve. Not what you can kind of get them or what you think will be in their budget.
Exactly.
You get them what they need.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of helping people who were suffering from HIV from like before we had all the help with that stuff. And that's a tremendous honor for somebody in the LGBT community to give back, you know, in that way. Yeah.
No, most definitely. Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility that you take on for that facility, and you get to hold on to that responsibility 5 years after every transaction that you make.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have 5 years of liability, federal liability for that cannabis transaction. So, know you have a good deal. If it's not a good deal, talk to them. If they don't seem particularly, you know, open to the idea of making sure you're cut in, you got to figure out a way to cut yourself in, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to find a way to make that situation work for you, or you got to find a new situation.
Exactly.
It's not complicated.
Exactly. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about is the union, since we're on this topic now.
Yeah.
And honestly, what was if you don't mind telling, what was your idea behind the union? Like what were some of the things that you want to implement it?
When you negotiate a union contract, you agree with everyone, all your peers, not your manager, but just your peers, that you're all gonna negotiate together.
Right.
You're not gonna say, I have more experience, you just got started. You're just all gonna get together and say, hey, we're all gonna work on the same deal. We're all gonna go to the company, to the corporate people who make all the decisions and decide where the money's going to go and where it's going to be spent, and you say, hey, like, this isn't enough, or like, what are we doing long term, because I like being here and I like what I'm doing. That's all a union negotiation is. That's, people like to make it out to be more than what it is, but it's just a group of people negotiating with their overlords for, you know, reasonability. And $15 is not reasonable. 5 years after you go and give them their money, what's going to happen in 5 years? I don't think Joe Biden is going to get reelected. And I worry about who the next president will be and what his stance on medical marijuana, his or her stance on medical marijuana will be. Is it going to be, nope, this system shut down, we're done? Because there's a lot of people who are following a guy who got some Supreme Court representatives sitting there overturning Roe v. Wade. That's vindication, right? They're going to try and get that guy back in office. What is he going to do when he goes back in office? None of us know. But we all know it's not towards our ideals. I would be very concerned. If you're accepting liability for a giant corporation, I would be trying to like have those conversations and say, hey, you know, there's these risks. There are these risks that I'm taking for you. When we get raided, it's going to be the dispensary. It's not going to be the corporate office or them sitting at home working remotely. We don't get to do that at the dispensary. Right. We have to work with the public. We're privileged to have that opportunity. I loved helping my patients. And they loved me. They brought me gifts like 3 times a fucking month. And I tried to show them that much love back and make sure that they were getting the recommendations that they deserved and the absolute best level of care through transparency and listening, active listening. I shut up, you tell me your problems, you tell me what you're going through for the day, and I'll try and recommend the best cannabis recommendations for you. This isn't Illinois. I'm not sitting there with a tablet with 15 people behind you. I'm sitting here, I'm giving you space, 15, 30 minutes. I don't like my old employer, but I will say they give people the time to talk, and that's more than most dispensaries.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Not all dispensaries. Some are much better. And there's plenty of better options that are outside of the medical system.
I mean, you know, it's, you know how two-term stance is.
Including this fantastic poontang juice.
Shout out to Cap, baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. He did his thing with this,
He's the
man.
man. He got me started growing. So
Really?
yeah, he got me my first 6 plants.
Oh, that's hard.
I really appreciate that, and shouts out to the Cap, 100%.
Shout out to the Brody. That's like somebody who really, in my opinion, like he's a real good dude to the community. He's made so many connections with people and stuff like that, and connected a lot of people.
I've gone to gray market events, legacy events, pretty much since I started at the dispensary. I've tried to bridge the gap and go to the stadium and buy edibles and have an incredible time at all the great gray market events we have to enjoy here in St. Louis. And I mean, I say that I did that to bridge the gap, but I did that also to get in touch with a culture that I wasn't quite a part of because I was in the dispensary. And some people would look at me funny, but the captain always knew kind of where I was, where my heart was. And he, I mean, I told him, like, I moved here and I lived in St. Louis University. I studied cannabis. Like, that was hard and that sucked. And I was in a school with like 17, 16-year-olds, 29 years fucking old. Like, that was uncomfortable and isolating. And I did it. And now I have an apartment, and like I was able to scale because the city is still, somewhat livable. Although I know costs are rising.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, you brought it up. That's the one question. I feel like we're gonna be able to bring up a great perspective. You just said it. A lot of the people that are kind of part of the underground legacy market, like you said, they kind of look at dispensary workers and people who work in the industry in a certain type of way. How did that feel? Like, what's from your experience? What's it like on the other side, being an industry worker? Like, what?
I don't want that to come off as a criticism because like I showed up with a suede shirt on and with my lanyard from work. So like I came in there like at first like, hey, I'm from the industry. I just want to come in and kind of look around and see what y'all doing. And so I kind of made myself an outlier first time as I come out. And honestly, people were still.
It's about acorn underneath there too.
Oh, sick. People were really nice. Mm-hmm. And in general, I was in their spaces and I was allowed to look around and purchase. And I had my med card and that's the way they rolled. And it was good. Mm-hmm. It was fine. But it was clear that I was like directly involved, and it's okay for there to be that space, but always remember that like I'm just a worker. Mm-hmm. If somebody from corporate shows up, you'll know. They'll be or
oh man, what a day. Yeah, that's right. Blow that smoke out. That's right. Pew 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 pew. Since I'm not allowed to use the regular wood. Yeah, hold up.
You can use it. You can use it for that one. That one's good.
Hit that other one. Hold up.
That's all the space. Now we'll move on.
Definitely dropped the ball on that one.
That's all right. I know what we got to do next time. We'll have it figured out. I know something that I got a trick next time. Yeah.
So
right, we're moving on.
So yeah, I mean, it's hard to when you go to these events, it's hard to gauge kind of where you need to go and what you need to do sometimes. I don't know what I had. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, some of these events, like, honestly, I think, I believe in everybody being able to make money and doing whatever they need to do. But I think not everything needs to be put on display. I don't think everything is supposed to be put on display, and I don't understand why you would want everything put on display if you have certain things going on, because that could just implicate you, not only yourself, but really a whole community of people. And why would you really want to be the source of that?
The city's given us a good opportunity to open up a market similar to, I think, what DC has. Because we can have 4 ounces on us, we can grow 6 plants.
Right.
And the city's, I mean, actually said, like, they don't care. Just like with weed, just do your thing. So
for the actual grower, but as far as people just, doing other things.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it too big. We'll be all right. We'll keep it around, you keep it just enough under the radar. It'll be all right.
You do that, but that's, hey, I hope everybody does that. I'll just put that.
I think, yeah, everybody, if you take care of everybody, they're not, who's gonna have a problem? If everybody's taken care of, who's gonna have a problem? That's the hope. Maybe that's not enough to go to bed at night. No, probably not. No.
Not for me, at least. I
Yeah.
mean, teachers know, but not for me.
Yeah, this is why I like being involved in projects, because you don't get to make all the decisions. You get to make some of the decisions, and that's probably where I need to be.
Yeah.
I never wanted to make all the decisions. Some of them, sure. I have my own, needs and kind of expectations and all that, but I didn't even make all the decisions. Of course not.
I don't want to be a politician.
I don't want to decide what color the walls are going to be.
Shit, I don't mind doing that. I'm going to keep it real. Because, at the end of the day, somebody's going to do it, but you just got to make sure you come prepared with everything that's going to come with it. And, that's one of the things with this podcast. I know a lot of people have certain opinions about it or whatever and whatnot, but, that's exactly what it is, their opinion. And, as far as I'm concerned, they come and talk to me about it. And if not, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see that shit.
You're opening an opportunity for people to learn about St. Louis cannabis. You're expanding the culture.
Exactly.
They're not doing it.
So, that's one part of it. You said it, I didn't.
People got a lot of opinions about plants. You post pictures and shit. People are going to have a lot of opinions. Oh, you need to take this leaf off. Oh, you need to do that. And sometimes, yeah, I'm open to criticism. But when it's just I don't think you're doing a good job. What am I supposed to fucking do with that?
Yeah. And it's not even that. It's just more a lot of people just feeling like you're supposed to do more than what you're supposed to do. And really, nobody owes anybody anything. So if anybody does anything for you, you should always just take that as what that is and keep it pushing. And then if anything more comes out of it, that's amazing. But if it doesn't, hey, we did what we did, and it should be kosher from there.
Given the range of guests that you've had, it's hard to say, look, I mean, I thought you just, when I got here, I didn't know anything about you, Donovan.
No, yeah, for real.
I didn't know what your attitude on things were going to be. And, I didn't know if you liked some guests and didn't like some others, but you had them on and you gave me an opportunity to hear what they had to say. Go back and listen to those episodes.
Yeah, because, honestly, real shit, that shit doesn't matter to me as long as you don't make it an issue. That's my biggest thing.
What's the issue? Is it
I mean, so my thing is it's just respect at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And making sure that everybody looks out for everybody. And a lot of the times when that doesn't happen, I just kind of got to look at it from the perspective of I am trying to make this platform open to any and everyone of the space. And so, when you see people trying to, exclude, and we talked about earlier, how you said, there's trying to be lines drawn and whatnot. You can't do that if you're really trying to create a bigger and better market, like you really said that you're trying to do. So
and the other thing I would say is,
you know what I'm saying?
The other thing I would say is, go listen to those episodes, those guests you got a problem with, or whatever. Go listen to those episodes. See what you think of the people that you didn't like were on the show or whatever. I think the opportunity to hear them and the opportunity to hear kind of what they say and how they say it, about what they're doing, about, their goals in the industry and their goals about cannabis. I think they really speak a lot about who they are. And that doesn't have to be, we do, this cancel culture is ridiculous. And the reason it's ridiculous is because you just write people off without hearing. You need to hear your enemies. Mm-hmm. If you don't hear your enemies, you don't know what they're saying. Mm-hmm. You don't know how they're talking about you. Mm-hmm. You don't know what their problem is. Once you identify their problem, then you can say they have a problem with that because they don't like cultivation. Or what you can. you can gleam some little, this is how they're going to support this initiative, because look at how they talked about that issue. And they know that. And that's why when you go back and listen to their episodes, they're fucking canned in. And they offer no perspective. They offer no candor. They're just, they're like, it's like trying to get sold like a timeshare or something.
Tyler, are you ever gonna chime in, dog? There you go. Shit, are you gonna chime in? Shit, you just got me over here just trying to like.
With that, I'm gonna take a piss.
Still picking my jaw up off the floor after that.
Hey man, hey, this is gonna be a spicy one. We gotta figure it out.
You gotta do it for the bitches.
Can this be the first episode of Way Too Turp?
It seems more.
Yo, this is epic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is some content right here, yo.
I want to see her and We Supply Medical just sit and talk about crypto and NFTs.
Fuck it. Fuck it. All right, what should we talk to her about next?
I don't know. It's been kind of.
This is kind of real time, y'all. Like,
yeah.
we're trying to process everything that's going on right now. This is kind of lit.
This is late to the production meeting.
I feel like she did this on purpose. This is kind of lit. This is great content. So let's process what just happened, y'all.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, if we are gonna be real, like, I don't know how much of this is gonna stay in, but because honestly, I want both sides to be heard. So like, as Bernadette comes back, I think I gathered up what I'm gonna say. Oh, hold on. That's right. That's good. She letting us know that she washes her hands. What? I was saying you let everybody know you wash your hands. We can hear it in the we can hear it. All right. So okay. I like that. So yeah. I'm not sure how much we're gonna keep in that. We might have to say we might have to do like a.
I think it's time my piece. Yeah.
So we might have to like edit some of it out and then do the whole version on Way Too Turped and make them pay.
Oh yeah.
They might have to pay for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. But back to what we were talking about. So like, I like most of this because I want a lot of this to be heard and I want a lot of this to get out because I want there to be, and that's why like we talked about it off air. But I want this to be a discourse. So I don't want this to be a thing of like, as far as me personally, I think it's been, my stance is known that, for the most part, I'm about, I really support the underground culture, but I do want to bridge that gap. And so one of the things of why I wanted to have Bernadette on is I want to have both sides, whether it's an uncomfortable conversation or not. I wanted Bernadette to be able to tell her the truth about what happened on her situation. And with that being said, like, I also want to hear from, like, the other perspective as well and, like, other people. Because, like, I feel like this is something that is important. And what she said is true. Like, there needs to be a union. There needs to be these things. And, like, there's a lot of other things to be talked about, but not at this time. But there's, like, other things that we need to talk about
Absolutely.
as well.
No, I'm willing to come on again, of course.
We're not done yet. It is just, like,
No, I know. We're kind of in the middle, and we're figuring it out, and then we're going to get to the future soon. Yeah. But,
go ahead.
I was never against the medical industry. I came
right.
to St. Louis to be in the medical industry because I believed that there was going to be the system that, like, government resistance was gone and that we were going to be building towards this other future where, like, we were just going to have this plant, we're going to have access to the plant, and it wasn't going to be this thing because we didn't like the weed we were smoking. We wanted better weed. Legality was, that was part of it. And, there were a lot of reasons why we want this thing to be regular. Mm-hmm. And they acted like they were going to give that to us. I went to school because I thought they were going to give that to us. I took on debt that I thought somebody else was going to pay because it was going to have this skill that was going to translate into long-term viability. And it's okay that it's not because the skill is still the skill. I can still manifest it without any legality whatsoever, and I don't need anybody's permission. However, that's not comfortable for me. That's not what I wanted to do. I guess we're gonna see. I don't know. I'm not gonna, I like growing. I enjoy the freedoms that the city has given us. I encourage everybody to utilize that freedom, and I'm working with some of my sisters here in the city to try and expand access to clones, which make growing a lot easier. If you got that clone, you've already got a little baby plant. Little baby plant ready to be weed for you someday, a few months. Just have hope.
Yo, that was lit. That was like,
I believe in what I'm doing. Like, I'm really out here.
Yeah.
And I want to connect. Send me a message. We'll work together. We'll go do some stuff. You want to put nugs? Like, well, we'll get into it. Yeah. We got a lot going on. It's going to be good. You just got to plug in, and you got to work with the people that are going to be with everybody.
You have to be a clone to your community.
yeah, for real. Straight up. Ooh, I like that. I like
To
that.
your community. Yeah.
I like that.
We all work together. If you're doing something else, I worry about your long term. I worry that you're not. What are you doing? Are you working in the right direction?
Yeah, and that's kind of like, that's kind of some of the things that I always try to check myself on and make sure that I'm always like, even my personal feelings about certain things, or like even a lot of the things that are going on in the space, even people, like I try to put all those aside for the betterment of this and to be able to have people's opinions heard. Like I said, whether I agree with them or not, whether I agree with everything that everybody does, like I feel like everybody, as long as you're just not too ignorant about it, and like, don't get it fucked up. This ain't no Chris Rock, Will Smith shit. I will beat the shit out of you if you try to come up here on some disrespectful shit. But
Absolutely.
yeah. But that being said, like, I want any and everybody to come up at this motherfucker and, have a chance to sit up here and talk and like really
Thank
be
you.
on some real shit. Like,
Yeah, it's been an incredible journey to get to this point, and I'm so grateful for this city and for the opportunity to heal my community, my new community, and all the people who have welcomed me here, and I'm really thankful for that. And there's people who are willing to like see that and give me an opportunity to monetize that. And that's just the way I look at money now. It's not like something that I'm like, okay, I clock in here and I get this. It's I'm doing these things. Do you want to pay me to do these things? And I'll do them for you, and I'll put my whole heart into it. Or I mean, I'm more interested in that relationship than like $15 an hour. There's nothing wrong with just doing a job. But it should like, what's your long-term deal? That's always been cause my family, Wichita, Kansas, man, domestic violence rates spiked like 400% when they closed the Boeing factory.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and that devastates like a whole generation. And you graduate high school after growing up in Slidell. You graduate high school in Wichita, and you're like, well, what do I do? And nobody can tell you what to major in. Nobody can tell you what to work in or what to do. So you go move half across the country and live in a tent and join the protests. It was fun. I'm glad I did it. I had the time to do it. I can't do it now.
Why?
So many reasons. Cold PTSD, and a lot of hardship. A lot of malnutrition, a lot of like trying to figure out, and I don't need to be that way. There's better. So, and I thought I was gonna do something, right? I thought Occupy was gonna be like, wow, Newt Gingrich is talking about the 1%. Like, maybe we're getting something here. Maybe we're creating a discourse. And we kind of did. And it's still maybe something that gets brought up once in a while. But it's not really what I had hoped it would be. I thought it was going to be like a left Tea Party. And it wasn't. Maybe we didn't engage. Maybe they didn't engage. We don't know now. we're here.
Yeah.
2 years in. Where's legalization? Where's Joe? Where's student debt? We're figuring it out without him, I guess.
You have to. So, man, ooh wee. If I'm gonna be real, like this is like one of the things that I always talk about is like you got to figure out a way and a will, no matter what. And if I'm gonna be like 1,000% honest, to me, all this kind of like the COVID, the pandemic, and how everything's kind of going down in the economy and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reflection on how minorities have lived in this country their whole lives. So, like, honestly, this is kind of like, if you kind of see, like, minorities are kind of still moving in the same way because this is what they've always known. This is kind of something new to people who, like, have had privileges and shit like that. Everybody else, though, we've been broke. We've always had debt. Like, you know, you're just born into debt, a lot of people are. So, it's like, you know, this is just regular shit. We never even had anything to begin with. We didn't start out with anything. So it's kind of like, you know, I mean, honestly, me, like, you know, this is like all invested through me. Like, you know, I tried to get into radio a couple years back and I didn't have any education or anything like that. And so like, I just wanted to be an intern. And I was like, let me work there for free. Let me just like check it out. And then when you give me the opportunity, so I was kind of like, well, all right, fuck it. And that's when I learned like independence. Like, you know what? If nobody's gonna put you in there, like get in the game and do this shit yourself. And
build
that's
your own room. Yeah,
that's why I'm telling you, like, don't sell it short, Bernadette.
I agree.
Like, this is all this is.
I'm
like,
with you.
This started with a handheld.
Yeah,
Like I started this with a handheld recorder, and like now look at it. It's like we got a whole crew.
I love it. I mean, and my dad was a night baker. Sometimes he rented, and sometimes it was like, you know, just where he was.
Yeah.
And
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't grow up with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I moved halfway across the country to join a protest.
Yeah.
That's not something you do for fun.
Hey, some people do.
Not for 18 months. It got cold, man. Like I was sleeping under snow.
You was dedicated to what you believed in, though.
I really tried to like say like, yeah, like I'm like a kid. I'm like 17 years old. And I'm living in this tent like because not because I have to. I could work at Sonic in Wichita and live in my mom's basement. But like no. That was not what I was sold. And I tried to join the military and, you know, for whatever reason or another, they didn't like. I was always smart. Like I was always smart, and I wanted to do something with that smart, and nobody would use my smart. So I found shit that I could do with my smart, and here we are. I'm on this podcast, and we're talking about cannabis, this incredible plant, which helped me so much, that I've helped so many people with, and that I continue to try and like promote like the incredible medical benefits of even just CBD. Just take some of this plant and it will improve your life. There's so much stress and depression out there now. Like you gotta have some coping mechanisms, and this one doesn't have a lot of side effects. It's a good coping mechanism. I recommend it.
Yeah. No, real shit though. What you're saying, that's like real shit though.
Yeah, like, and like the message is good. Like, and I get frustrated when it's like people who have shit, who've been having shit, who stay having shit, and it's like I moved here with nothing, and I still have my stuff together, and now I could have a car, I could have all these things, but I'm not getting any of that shit because I'm putting it back into trying to help more people and trying to do more things, trying to be more adaptive. If we would have gotten in on the internet before, if we would have started podcasting when Joe Rogan did, where would we be now?
Oh, where we're gonna be in probably 2 decades from now.
We're gonna keep
like
growing.
We just started when we started.
Now.
So
yeah,
it's like shit.
Now we're growing. Now we're doing it. If we would have started earlier, we'd be at a different place. But here we are now, and like, I think it's. I think it's great. I think it's great that we're doing stuff, and I love this plant. I want to see everybody do the right things with this plant. I think we all do.
You know what? Enough of Bernie talking about Bernie. Tyler, what you know about Bernie? Y'all two know each other,
That's
so it's
true.
like, you know.
Yeah.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
I was about to say, no, this is pretty on par with most of the conversations that we have at pinball bars and at 4 a.m.
Okay, so you be at Venice? I wanted to talk about this.
Huh?
You ever go to Venice?
I haven't been to Venice yet.
Really?
I haven't been to Venice. I stayed in the Grove for so long. So I've been at I stay at Handlebar. I've played there several times. Platypus.
Have you ever seen any of Tyler's stand up?
Not yet.
Not
Very soon. Very soon. I'm very excited.
Oh, great.
I'm telling you, yo. I'm ready.
That'll be fun.
We're gonna have to record it. It might be harder to turb.
So we went to Venice for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went for the first time. Monday. Last Monday?
Think.
Yeah, because we're filming on a Sunday today. Yeah. Sunday morning. Easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. Oh shit. I like that. Yeah, got the background. I like that. Oh shit. But yeah, that shit was lit, yo. I don't know. I think I might have to try it. I kind of got inspired.
Yeah, it's a good crowd for it. Like we were talking about earlier, it's less not competitive. It's not as intimidating as podcasting.
Yeah. You think? See,
Really?
Oh, shit. I don't know about that one.
You can cut up a podcast any way you want.
Oh yeah, but it's
You
still
got
in
one
the
shot up
moment.
there on that stage. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true. That's true. But I guess in a sense, like, I can see what you're saying because it's like it's that group of people, and like for the most part, nobody has their phone out.
yeah. Now everybody's just hammered at overpriced whiskey sours, and
Oh shit! I need to pull off the shot. Hold on.
now their prices are pretty good.
Oh man, nah, that shit was lit though. And shout out to the crew. You hang out with some pretty dope people, yo.
Yeah, that was fun. I look at the full effect of the debauchery that
The
Bernadette and I
the
get
crew.
into.
I love the crew. Yeah.
Yeah, or getting harassed by a mutual friend.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking while we was at the crib, yo, we might have to do like a way too terp from there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We could do like a basement
Yup.
series.
Yup. Yup.
Oh, definitely.
Too terped underground.
Yeah, do an episode for that one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the full tour of the?
Yeah, that
Oh,
shit was
okay.
dope, yo.
Oh yeah.
Like the big ass couches and all that.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun version of an opium den in South City.
Yup.
Ayo.
Yeah. All the synthesizers and bar downstairs.
This is breaking. Opium. Now the new hot thing.
I mean,
St. Louis has got to start something. We can't let the coasts have everything.
well, hey, did you listen to last episode? Don't put that on St. Louis. That's Jeffco, bro. They put it on the map, man. We don't
They
need
got
that.
the opium.
We don't need that.
I get some fun text messages from that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yo, people trying to come at me. I gotta get some security now.
Oh, no, it's just the bullshit I was saying.
That's lit, yo. Yeah, that's how we know we're doing something. We're provocative.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Talking about real stuff. Talking about like, yeah, I mean, we're going to smoke so much weed over our lives. So much. Shouldn't like all that money and energy, like I'm down for it. It helps. It really does. It makes life so much easier and enjoyable. It should go somewhere. It shouldn't just go in like some guy's pocket or like to like a donation they're going to write off later in the year.
I mean, yeah, we say that until we all rich, and then we're kind of like, you know.
Not me. I'm going to put that money back to work so I don't have that money. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to be rich, but it's rich by association of all this money I've put to work doing all these great things. That's the type of rich I want to be. I don't know.
I feel like they be saying the same shit.
Kind of like a Warren Buffett of cannabis.
No, like you establish groups of people that are all like, You know, when you say, oh, I want to grow clones, and your friends are like, oh, I have a backyard. Oh, you know, whatever. Yeah, we can make, when they're engaging with that concept and they're willing to help you build it. Well, now we have something. If you try and go build something on your own, you're going to get to a scale of what you can do. And then after that, what happens? You got to, like, I guess, pay people to do stuff, but do you really know them? Are they really in for your ideas? Like, yeah, I'm definitely down for paying people 100%. And people will work hard to make a living and to have stability, and that's all fantastic. But if you want to do more, if you want to like really be in cannabis culture and like really try to help people, I feel like there's an obligation to like give back. I'm making all this money from cannabis. How am I making it easier for people to have their own weed? Because I'm looking at eighths and I'm saying, how much am I going to pay for an eighth? $25-$30. I don't want to pay more than that. If I'm buying an eighth, it's like to stretch me till when I'm going to make a bigger purchase. And that's because I've purchased cannabis over whatever years.
Right, and you finally know how to buy.
I know big buyers at the dispensary. It's convenience. It's because they don't care. They'll spend the money, and it's easy for them to just walk into a store. But the moment direct comes online, and they find something where it's just like to their door, that's over. So don't chase that guy, because that guy's going to move around. What you want is somebody who believes in your product, believes in what you're making, or believes in what you're doing. I mean, I know people who import great stuff from California. There's no problem with that. You find some people who believe in what you're doing, and they're going to stand by you, whether that's helping you work, whether that's helping you, they're buying stuff from you. Like you said, I like Gary Vaynerchuk.
Shout out Gary V. I guess.
I say the shit that is, yeah, it's very clear, it's very obvious. But then you get a license, and we'll see how much you pay in. Yeah, we'll see how much money goes to LGBT causes.
Oh, am I supposed to? Was that a gunshot or
no?
Oh, okay.
Nope. That's we're both in the same community.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gay people, LGBT people, are a very small community, very small group of people who all have like a lot of, social barriers, different social barriers. There are more minoritized, there are groups that have it worse, but we're isolated and we know each other.
You cool to have like a uncomfortable conversation? Okay. So like, here's how I look at the whole thing. Like, I feel like you're right. I feel like the LGBTQ community, it is a struggle, but I feel like you're minimizing your voice and your power. I feel like you all do have a lot of power. I feel like you said, in certain aspects, I feel like from what I've been able to see in my personal life, I feel like you have more privilege than I do.
I understand that. I demonstrated legitimacy in a niche market for a large license holder and got them established in, the middle of that community in St. Louis, in the Grove. So, yeah, I leveraged my cultural influence not being established here as much as I could to help Suede, because I believed in what Suede was doing, and I believed that we were headed in the right direction under the leadership that I thought was under control of the thing. It turned out that that wasn't the case, and that's fine. They can run their business how they want.
Honestly, that's no shot at you or anything like that. Like, honestly, I respect that you acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's one of the things, I feel like it's a conversation that's never really had. I feel like there's both sides always shouting at each other and not really talking about it and having that real dialogue about it,
I apologize if my work under a license holder hurt any underground grower or anyone in my community. I went to work every day and clocked in trying to give people the best medical care that I could within the apparatus the state created for us, within the dispensary that the license holder created for us. And, you know, it's a shitty excuse to say I was part of the machine. And I'm not going to go that far because I still think that these license holders can play ball. I think they can come to the table, but we need to have that conversation differently. It's not a tax write-off. It's not we're going to go here to this event in the community and raise donations. It's how are we going to do testing at dispensaries? Because we need to have some standard and we need to let people in. And that will create the most equity. If dispensaries can just do testing and buy cannabis right there at the dispo from essentially probably their patient base. People who need cannabis, a lot of them need it long term. This is a long term expense. This is a large expense in their house, whatever. They gotta buffer that somehow. And if that's I'm gonna grow my legal limit, and I'm gonna sell some of it so that I can get this other product that I need. You gotta go do that. You know, this isn't a game for me. If I don't have cannabis, I can't get out of bed. I can't do what I'm ready to do, all these things that I want to do. And I know a lot of my patients, a lot of the people out there who need this plant, it's the same situation. So I fight for them. And I did it in the ways that I was told by my university, by my peers, that would be the best place for me to be. And people did. It was a receptive culture until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Until we don't need to talk about your student loans. We got to worry about this. We're opening other licenses right now.
No, like honestly, like no, I thank you for that. Like, no, that was real. Like, honestly, you earned the moniker of the baddest bitch, yo. Straight up.
I really
Excuse my
appreciate
words.
that. I don't know if I deserve that, but I really do appreciate that.
Nah, that was some real shit. Like, that was, hey. Like, yeah. That was dope.
I'm really vulnerable and honest with everybody. I'm genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine, like genuine giraffe.
Man, all right. I might have to give him a little bit of props. All right.
Genuine giraffe. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Tyler. Roast me. He picked up the mic.
No, you covered your tracks on that. The receipts right out.
Receipts right out. I love that.
Hey, man. That might be the episode title, The Receipts Right Out. I like that.
Honestly, that would make a lot of people shit their pants if they saw Bernadette for The Receipts Ran Out. That would make a lot of people very uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that I could talk about that I would definitely get in a lot of trouble. We talked about a little bit of it before this episode, and
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Patreon.com.
for sure. No, I know. It's that way with anything, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter where you get your cannabis. Like, there's going to be a trade-off, but you should understand and be aware of that. There's nobody out here running a non-profit cannabis. I mean, well, and it's not a shot at anybody. It's just to say, I'm not in a place. I just apologized, and here I am. Never mind.
Like I said, hey, we got more time. Yeah, we got more time with this. Yeah. So how's it? Go ahead.
No, I don't know. What she about to say?
Okay. All right. So how did it feel behind the mic?
It's empowering.
Yeah. Oh shit. I
was like subtly understated, like in a very cool way. That's very Tyler.
Yeah. Like, I want to make this, honestly, I want to give you a mic for Way Too Turp, like a permanent mic.
Oh, that's gonna be dangerous.
That's why we put it on Patreon.
Oh, true.
Oh shit.
I'm good.
We got Bernadette Way Too Turp.
It got spicy at the end of the joint. Some roaches you just don't need to pick up.
Yeah. Nah, you got nervous when Tyler said he was gonna have that permanent mic. I guess you already know. You must know something that I don't know. All right, yeah. Tell us about Tyler. What you know about Tyler?
Oh boy.
Not much. Like most people.
Yeah, he mysterious as fuck, yo.
He's brilliant, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't. I've never seen you hurt anybody, so it's better than I could say about most people.
Hey man, what if that's like his what that is really he like a serial killer or some shit like that?
I was about to say my glasses do not help in any accord.
Well, you got the tattoo, so you know what? Yeah, that'll help. Yeah.
Too identifiable.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I mean, you have a very like the guy who sketches like people who
the one on the subway on TikTok.
no like when they need to identify a suspect and they do like the person talks
Oh,
and they do like the sketch. Yours face is so generic. It would never. We're looking for this guy with glasses and lips and a nose. He was super chill and
That's why he got to be behind the camera because he be knowing. He do really know that low key. That's why you always want to stay behind the camera.
oh yeah.
I get it. Yeah,
Makes you less liable.
yeah, I get it.
he's a chill dude. I've hung out with him several times.
Yeah,
I think he's great.
Oh yeah,
That's my guy Tyler.
hell yeah. Tyler's the homie. Yo.
Love you, bro.
Me too.
That's my guy right there.
I'm trying to think the first time we met at Handlebar, wasn't it?
It was either Handlebar or it was
I think
we'll edit
probably
out her
her.
name.
I think those kind of correspond to each other because it always.
You know,
inevitably
one
ends
of
up
us
there.
remembers when we met one time and the other one remembers
Yeah.
the
no,
other time. And he just that's like cross meeting, not cross faded.
Yeah, because I think you're the one that talked me into actually going to dispensaries. 'Cause I think
Probably.
that's before I got
Yeah,
my
I
card.
talked a lot of people into going to dispensaries. And that's definitely something that people can hold me accountable for. 100%. What else was I supposed to do? I was bought into working at the dispensary. I thought they were doing the right thing. I knew other people were doing things out there, and I went out and I tried to support them. But if you work at the bank,
Yeah, you gonna tell motherfuckers to go to that bank?
yeah, what does the bank do? Does the bank give you money when they lend out your money? Not really.
But also, I think that goes back to what you were saying about compromise,
Yeah.
where it's like the intention and your mission was solid.
You
just
either
had to
buy my
compromise a little
attention
bit.
or you don't. I've been out here and I'm still out here and I'll talk to anybody and I want to do the right things for my community. I want to do the right things for the people around me. You know, that's absolutely what I'm out here to do. So if there's a problem with my intention, I aim to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my bad. I'm good. Shit, I'm trying to see like.
What do you want to know more of? Yeah, where are we? Because I can go back. I can go into what I have working on now. We can talk more about the stuff at the dispensary. I'm you know.
We can leave that alone.
Yeah.
I feel like, we touched on it.
I covered
let's talk
it
about your
and
future stuff.
yeah,
let's talk about you.
You know, I worked as hard as I could there to help the most people, and I got to the crossroads, and now I'm here, and I'm growing cannabis. I want to expand access to clones for people here in the city, make it easier for them to exercise the rights that the city has given them to grow 6 plants. I've got a digital magazine, Fat Nugs Magazine. We just released our first our first article, our first edition. I'm really proud of it. It's a lot of very interesting journalism. I cover NFTs and some of the new cannabis projects that I've been interested in for a little while. And there's some people working on some stuff in Africa. Really interesting stuff from all around the world. Really engaging. Mad Magazine meets High Times. So really excited about that. They named me director of web development, encompassing Web3, NFTs, and the metaverse. So I'm really looking at, how people are going to be reading a magazine in VR, how, an NFT could change the way people subscribe to a magazine. Maybe you just make this one-time purchase and you have your, you like this magazine. Now you have it going forward. Maybe it's airdropped to you virtually. Just asking those questions. Yeah. but still doing stuff here locally to expand access, and still trying to, we got to push to the future, and the internet's expanding in new directions. Be on top of that, but also remember that there's still people out here who need help. Yeah.
Damn. You know, some next level shit, yo.
I'm trying. I really am. And, there's great opportunities to work with people from all over the world. Stone Tigers, they're out of Estonia. They're giving away a trip to Portugal to surf with their mint and really interesting profile picture NFT project. You can engage with them, and that can expand your brand. So we can all work together and go forward. And yeah, I think it's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah. My bad. I'm like, I'm high as shit.
Yeah, I could go for a dab.
Damn, I wish I had known. I would have got the rig ready and all that shit.
No, it's all good. There's a rig over there.
It ain't clean though.
And a dirty rig.
I promote clean rig. Clean rigs on here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Damn, what was I gonna say? You got anything?
That's not incriminating. No, I think I'm pretty set, but
I feel like we gotta talk you into getting the Instagram. Like, here's the goal. Here's my goal for you. Once I see you do stand up, then I want to see how you do it, and then I want to see if you can help me figure out how to get up there, and then we're gonna help each other, and then we're gonna start building off from there. The podcast is just a start.
we start a comedy club in the metaverse.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tyler gonna come out with a new name. You gotta call him on the podcast here in a minute.
You're gonna start a shit. I kind of like what Bernadette was saying earlier, though. There's not a comedy scene. We could do it virtual too, but I feel like that's how you do it, though. You actually do it at a venue, and you actually let people come in and like view it, but also have it where you can like pay for it on the Oculus as well and like view it in the metaverse.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, it's why not? You can expand audience. I mean, it, because if you're talking to your friends, you can talk to your friends, and that's your audience. And then you have a microphone, and then that's you gotta always be trying to, I think, expand.
Yeah,
and that's what all this Web3 stuff is like. I got bored of websites, and I did web development. I got the skills to do web development, and back in 2014, 2015, and then that work kind of got outsourced, and it was harder to find. So I've wanted to do stuff on the web for a long time. And then this stuff came about when I was doing the cannabis stuff, and it just seems like the money's here. Then let's go. Let's engage with this new audience. Let's try to figure it out. Mm-hmm. This Oculus thing is like not very expensive right now. Facebook's like giving them away. Check it out. Put one on. See if you can go on there and do something interesting. I've figured out how to DJ in the metaverse. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do with that? I don't know. Might be do something cool. Might just stick around for like a few months.
So you DJ for real?
Yeah, I've played around the city at Handlebar, Club St. Louis, and I have a show at Crack Fox June 4th.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Afro beats, and I'm inspired by a lot of other transgendered artists like Honey Dijon, Octo Octa, and RSU, and I try to bring that culture into my music, and really excited just to be here in St. Louis and have an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think of St. Louis?
It's been a dream come true. I moved here with almost nothing. Like, I moved to DC, and it took me years to get like a reasonable income that I could do nothing with in DC. Here, I've gotten a modest income, and I've been able to scale to the point where like I'm living, and rent is like a problem that I sort of am able to sort of figure out, and not like this albatross that I'm never going to be able to climb this constant hill. And I feel really lucky in that respect, that I've always been pushing and always been like getting up really, really early and trying to figure it out and trying to get a little bit more so that way I can buy a little bit more of my time back so that way I can have more time to try and figure out what I'm going to do next. And that's the hard part is where you're like, I can go buy this thing and that would be fun, or I can get a bike and then I don't have to take the bus all the time. I don't own a car. But you put away those things so that way you can keep trying to go towards the things that you want to go to, and you keep trying to put everything back into what you're doing or the connections you're trying to build. That's the trick, and it could be 20 years of partying, and then it's like, okay, cool, that was awesome, and now the drudgery begins, and that would suck. I don't think that's the way it's going to go down, but I'd rather that than not that.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. I feel you.
Absolutely.
I feel like you can do both. I feel like you work hard, but you play harder, and you just really build into your brand. Like, I feel like if you do it, I don't know, if you end up doing what you love, like, it'll all work out. So, like, I love having fun. I love talking shit. Like, I love having fun, like smoking weed.
Absolutely.
I created a podcast that helped me do all of that and above. And, hopefully soon we can start making a living off of this, and,
Sure. You get the sponsorships, or you get the opportunity to, hey, I'm going to help you go make some money, and then we both kind of figure that out, and that's great.
I'm trying to get paid to talk shit for a living and basically get paid to live my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody should get to do, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible. You just got to dedicate. You just got to really put in and sacrifice to do so. I think that's the part where people get scared, and it's like you can't be. Like,
I just don't know how to live any other way. Yeah, it's like you're scared of what? To lose what? It's not like I'd rather do this and be like doing what I love than like, I don't know, what else do people do?
Work to live.
Work to live. Yeah, I mean, you can do that and your dream, and then your dream.
No, my bad. Not bad. Ooh, I said that wrong. Live to work. That's what they do. They live to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people live to work.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a whole mindset. To me, that's like the kind of the Midwest mindset.
I could have done that at the dispo. I mean, yeah, it's a prevalent mindset. It's an easy mindset. I challenge people to look further in their consciousness, look further in themselves, and try to strive to do more for others. Yeah, you might have what you need, but like, what about the other people around you? Are you taking care of them?
Yeah,
it's like
that part. That part.
It's like a meme now. I don't show up without weed because I am like self-conscious about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be
the only person that's.
I don't want to be the only person. And some places I'm drier than others, but in general, I try to really bring. And
that's most definitely me, because like,
yeah,
my part is like, honestly, like, a lot of people make sure that I get quality stuff. So like, I like to spread that love and be able to put people on to why, like, people from the underground and legacy market should be able to like get into this industry, because absolutely. Like, once you smoke it and they're like, holy shit, like y'all smoking that other shit. It's like, it's cool and all, but look what you missing out on, and look how they're being held back and not being able to have the same advantage to get their quality product out into the market. Like, it's just, this is what you're missing out on. And that's why this is important to like be able to have those people be able to come to the table and be able to have their way to, like I said, if they want to be a mom and pop, or if they want to be a large corporation, I feel like there should just be a way to make that scale. Like, I feel like there should be a way to make it to where that's accessible, where it's really and truly accessible, where it doesn't have a money attachment to it, more so a quality and product attachment to it. Like, of course, there's going to be their brands that have, the cookie cutter shit, and they're going to get away with marketing. But there should be a way for, like, quality and legacy to always be able to see itself through. I feel like that's important.
Do you think there's enough market for everybody to just, like, I feel like
I do.
Some people are just going to want to sell, what they make, or like maybe That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, and that's fine, too.
quality is subjective. It's like,
This one's definitely fine.
But there should be, like, real has to recognize real, because otherwise, you're right. Like, the medical system, like, that was one of our problems. Is people would come in and be like, "Is it good?" Like, or they'd really want to, like, they'd want to get into it because they were used to dealing with one person who got them a certain quality, and then you can't get that, and then, I think, the system's been around for a while now, so it's a little bit different, but it's a valid concern. I think, good cannabis should be kind of recognized by everybody that, like, there are people out here doing it on their own.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy. Like, they're growing weed with fish swimming around underneath it and stuff. Like, recognize that it's like they're taking the time to, like, really do some art.
Yeah. And, like, if given the opportunity to be able to grow at a larger scale, imagine what they could do with bigger. Like, that's my thing with this is, like, wait until we, are really able to do something with this. Like, a lot of people say, this is amazing what we're doing. And I'm kind of looking at it like, we have so much more to build. Like, we got so much more to do. So it's like, imagine what we do once we really make some money off of this shit.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go back into reinvesting and, like, really taking care of ourselves. Like, so,
Yeah.
Like,
I don't spend money poorly. Like, I really try not to, And when I do, I recognize it and I learn from it. So it's not really... Like, there are no, like, when I fail, like, when I lost my dispensary job, it was kind of okay. Like, it was okay. Things are okay. Like, if you get fired or if you quit, like, you will find something else.
Yeah.
You will grow. You will learn. You have to believe in that, because otherwise you're just kind of, like, floating through life without really any sort of, like, plan. So, like, live today. And I try to take things a day at a time, because I knew I was going to be on this podcast and I have to go to Michigan tomorrow, but I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm going to pack when I pack. I have this podcast to do. You know what I mean? You got to focus one day at a time, and you got to see what you can get done today. I can post one reel today if I put it to myself that I have to post a reel today, because I post a reel every day. And if I don't post a reel a day, I'm not, like, on that, you just... What do you want to value your time in? Because I spend a lot of time watching reels. So I feel like I'm wasting that time if I haven't taken that time that I've dicked off and turned it into something that I can at least make content off of, if not monetize.
Yep. I feel like I got to do something with the podcast every day, whether it's something indirect, whether it's, setting up a next episode, or it's,
Clip some reels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or shit, even just having conversations with people. It's something as small as that. Like, building connections. Like, it's every day you should be working towards your craft. And it's like the intricate details, like, that really build everything into everything.
There are dispensaries out here that are against legal mo, that were into 2704 before it became a ridiculous nightmare that it is now. And they're not, we got to make those connections. We got to see those shops and say, hey, oh, yeah, you believe in an open market? So do we. Mm-hmm. Over here in the, in the legacy or traditional. There's definitely, I appreciate you doing this podcast, because there are great bridges to grab. There are great bridges to gap.
Oh, no, most definitely. Like, I feel like that's my service to the community, honestly. Like, I owe it to everybody that's, done something to me to keep this going and to make sure that it's done the right way. Like,
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
This is looking great.
All right. So I think we accomplished what we wanted to do today.
Yeah. I really appreciate your time and letting me be on here. And
well, not only that, I'm pretty sure this will be the longest podcast. We're over 2 hours now.
Wow. That's an honor in its own. Thank you. I hope it's worth everybody's time, and I'm always available. My DMs are open.
Yeah, I feel like, so the part that the free version that everybody will see will definitely be probably edited down quite a bit, but the unedited version that people are gonna get on Patreon, because I think we're gonna go ahead and give we'll probably get the unedited version on Patreon.
I throw in a bunch of guffs in there. I'm sure there's stuff. Yeah, let's do a super long, unedited, completely raw. I'm into it.
We might have to trade out those gunshots that we made for some pew. It's like some
I'll start scouring every anime I know.
I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate everybody that works hard on this podcast. Everybody who's involved in this thing, except for you, Donovan. You were the only one I didn't know. Everybody else, like, you know, Lila, and I've worked with Tyler and I. We know each other. Eddie and I. We know each other, and we talk a lot. So this is just. I'm so glad to be here, and thank you so much.
Nah, I appreciate you coming on. Like, for real. It was just dope. It was amazing.
Anytime. And
you already know, shit. I'll be seeing you around town, you know. Hey.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely this Pride season. I'm hoping to be very busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think I'm actually supposed to be on. Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. Am I? I'll be on a float. Well, not on a float, but you know, I'll be walking. Yeah. I'll be
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be walking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up.
I support the cause.
Yeah. That's what's up. Thank you for being an ally.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't like, honestly. I like any and everybody as long as you're not a dickhead.
Nah, definitely not.
And you're not.
Yeah.
Like, you cool as shit.
Thanks. I really appreciate you. This is so much fun. You guys are so welcoming. I'm here in this just absolutely beautiful. I love St. Louis. I love old architecture. I love new architecture. I love this city, and you gave me a new perspective on it today.
So I appreciate that. Like, damn, that's dope. Whoa. Well,
Clip it. That's for the intro.
Damn, that's hard. That's hard. That kind of made my day, yo. Thanks for that.
100%. I really mean it.
All right, I appreciate that, yo.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit. On top of that, shit.
Play the outro.
Nah, not even that. Let them know where they can find you.
Bernadette, the number 4, the letter A on Instagram. I'm Zadesky on Oculus. You can find me June 4th at Crack Fox playing for I said their name.
Oh,
earlier. Maxi Glamour. Super excited. And I'll be opening Pride Celebration on the 25th with the Pride Center. I believe it is at the Ballpark Village.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn. Yo, Two Turk getting legit out here, yo. How are we getting these people, yo?
It's a really big show.
Yo, we gonna have to pop up. Yeah, we gonna have to do. Yeah,
I'll get you in.
All right, bet. Yeah, we
I'll
definitely gonna pop up.
I'll get you on the lens.
For sure. You already know we down the street. Yeah.
I got you.
Yo, that's dope, Bernadette. For real, that's hard.
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
Congratulations.
No, I've been working really hard, and you know, when I went out to DJ, I DJ'd because I love music. And because I loved particular kind of subgenres of like poppy, dancey music that I wasn't hearing a lot, so I just started doing that. And when I DJ, I'll tell you my DJ secret. This is for the extra 2 terms.
Okay.
I just get really, really baked.
Hey.
And I just go with the flow of the medicine, man.
Fuck
yeah. That's it. You can ask anybody. I've got like a dab pen going, or I'm doing something. It's like Snoop Dogg. You don't.
So that's Bernie's secret sauce.
Yeah, I mean, people made a big deal of like Snoop Dogg smoking a joint before he went on the Super Bowl. Like, what else was he gonna do? Like, of course, you've got to be in tune with the medicine. Like, yeah, a lot of like some DJs, they focus on BPM or getting things right, and I hear it, and then I load up the next cue and I see if I like them together. Otherwise, I move on. It's not the most efficient system. And it requires me to do a lot of extra work that I otherwise don't have to do, but I like how freeform it is. I can't let go of it.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Thanks. Thank you.
That is hard. Yo, we got some exclusive shit going on, yo. I'm proud of where this podcast is going.
I really love you guys, and I wanted to come here and bring it. So
no, I appreciate that. Like,
absolutely.
I actually like that's why I really wanted to get this done. Like, I really appreciate this. This was dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got this done.
Yeah. And let's still be involved. Like,
you already know.
We can jump on a Twitter space, and I can promote your podcast with the magazine and bring on a bunch of NFT people that have never even heard of Two Terps.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
All All right, we already know. I'll let you give your own call out. You know, you can close yourself out.
I still got to work on that one. I'll work that on stage next.
All right. Oh yeah, I like it. All right. So you already know that's a Socialist T, not to get confused with a socialist. He's just socialist. You already know. And we already shout out the girl Lila. Shout out to Girl from Grow Gear. She's on assignment today. Happy Mother's Day, Lila. This is the Mother's Day edition, as a matter of fact. And happy Mother's Day to my mom. Happy Mother's Day to K Valley's mom. And happy Valentine's Day to all the moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to
Wow,
all the moms.
Wow.
It could be romantic for him. Yeah.
Not to my mom and nah.
No, but just like get mom roses or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I meant Mother's Day. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah. Hey, that's some good weed. Hey, shout out Cap, yo. You got
Yeah.
me out here confusing holidays and shit.
The poontang juice. It got you feeling Valentine's Day instead of Mother's Day.
Oh no. That's the wrong day to have them type of feelings. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's a little two terms.
Yo, we gotta say that for the extra episode. This is fire. Yo. Alright, y'all already know. Anyway, happy Mother's Day, Lila.
Love you, Mom.
Find her at Grow Gear STL on all social media platforms. And y'all already know, follow Iris Kifargo on all socials. And follow Eddie at Eddie1991. No, Eddie_1991_. And then also follow me, Donovan2408, on all social media platforms. What is going on? You all right? It's 222. Turp. Ah, damn. I forgot my part. Damn. Bernadette. Whoa, that is not what it was when I signed up.
Sorry. That was a lot of recording.
That's
I was a little overwhelmed and I just needed to dip out for a minute.
That's definitely too terped after dark right there.
No. I was just laying down. I just needed a rest. That's all that was.
Little cat nap. Terp nap.
Yeah.
Terp. All right, but anyway, let's see. Follow Too Terped on Instagram. Then also follow us on YouTube. Then hit the hotline up 314-399-9711 with those voicemails and texts. And don't forget to follow me, Donovan2408, on all social media platforms. Damn, if y'all don't know that I'm a professional after that, I don't know what to tell y'all. That shit was, you know what? I see what that was. You was trying to throw me off.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm a professional though. See how I did that though? I'm a G.
I appreciate you recovering for me.
Coming for me, I just coming for myself.
Yeah.
Birdie.
Thank you. No, and thanks for listening, everybody.
You a wild lady, yo.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know.
Well, okay. Have I been using the right pronouns?
You're doing great. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're great.
Want to make sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not, it's fine. I just, if you're like willfully, and it's pretty clear if somebody's willfully, and then if it's not, then I don't worry about it too much. It's all good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I am using the right pronouns though?
You are. Yeah. You use she or they, I think, the whole time. So yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Very professional, and I had a great time. I just got a little overwhelmed, a little hot, and I just needed to center from a second.
Nah, you good.
So I'm
you
good.
You
I'm
good.
good.
Good?
Yeah. No, I had a great time. Thank you so much.
I'll gooch.
Are we out?
Oh, wait. Yep.
Yeah.
Had to build a suspense.
Yo.
It's 222. Turp.
That shit
I needed to let some
fucking
of that
crazy.
shit out of there, dude. Some of that shit